So Paquito is honestly one of the heroes that's really hard for me to learn, and until now I still don't know how to use him effectively. My win rate makes that pretty obvious. Every time I used him before, it was guaranteed that I'd be useless in the game. The games I won with him were just because my teammates carried me. But since so many of you keep requesting him, I have no choice but to play him even though I still don't know how to use him. You're not demanding good gameplay anyway, right? You just want me to use him. But you'll probably get disappointed. In this game, I'm using him in the gold lane, and someone suggested that I go full burst build. Actually, he has two effective builds, sustain and full burst. Hybrid also works. That's why Paquito is still good in certain matchups. He's not bad, but he's not meta either. He's just alright. And if the player is really good, Paquito can keep up with the meta heroes. If the player is good. But me? I'm not good, and I don't even know how to use him properly. And I'm playing him in Immortal rank. What do you expect? This might be the worst Pakito gameplay you'll ever see. I was out of position here, but thanks to my first skill, Cho wouldn't be able to kill me. It's not easy to understand Paquito's combo. I actually only know one combo, and that's only when I'm at full stacks. Double second skill, first skill, then ultimate. After that, you'll have full stacks again, and you can use your second skill or ult for the finishing touch. The important thing you should know is how his skills work because Pakito is very skill dependent. His first skill is he throws a punch, his second skill is he also throws a punch, his third skill is he throws another punch, and even his basic attacks are punches. So his real combo is actually jab jab, straight straight, hook uppercut. Just kidding. His passive is that when you're at full stacks, you can use any of your skills while ignoring their cooldown. And it doesn't have a cooldown itself. So if you get full stacks again in a short period of time, you can use any of your skills again. And the effects of your skills are enhanced when you use them at full stacks. Your movement speed also increases after using skills at full stacks. But there's something weird about his passive, because instead of making Pakito stronger, it actually makes him weaker. The passive description says that Pakito's basic attacks can only deal 85% of his total physical attack. So it's honestly one of the worst passive effects I've ever seen. That's why I said he's super skill dependent, because they even reduced his basic attack damage. You're supposed to use your basic attacks when your skills are on cooldown, so you can at least deal some damage, but they still nerfed it. In the early game, Gushin and Kadita already wanted to report me, just because I picked Pakito in the gold lane and they wanted a marksman. Even Eamon was looking for a marksman. Imagine, just by picking a fighter in the gold lane, they want to report you. Right then, I already knew they didn't really understand me, and they'd be carried by someone practicing Pakito. Anyway, his first skill gives you a shield when it hits creeps or heroes, and of course deals damage. When you're at full stacks, the shield is bigger. His second skill is a dash that deals a lot of damage when it hits an enemy. The damage increases significantly at full stacks. His ult stuns the target, and at full stacks it stuns and knocks them airborne. So with that, you'll understand what you're supposed to do in different situations. First skill if you need sustain, second skill for burst damage, third skill for CC. Every time you use a skill, you gain stacks, and you need to use 3 skills to reach max stacks. By the way, in this game I'm using a hybrid build. In the first game earlier, I went full burst, but I feel like it's not effective here because the enemies have hard CC, and if I get caught, I'm definitely dead. At least with this hybrid build, I can sustain a bit. And I think this kind of build is better. You just need Hunter Strike and War Axe for damage, then Queen's Wings for anti-burst. I also built Blade of Despair, so I can easily burst their squishy heroes. It works fine. Later I'll use him as a roamer, and he's effective there too because he rotates really fast. Eamon is annoying to fight right now. Every time he uses a skill, he turns invisible and he moves so fast. That's why most of the time it feels like I'm just shadowboxing, because I can't hit anything whenever I try to attack him. All my teammates died here, and it could have been an easy lord for the enemies if I died too. Actually, they could have even ended the game because the death timers were long, and we all died almost at the same time. Except for the fact that I didn't die. So I was able to kill Eamon there. And I could also kill Farsa. And look at Arithel. I'm low HP and she's full HP, but she's the one who got scared.
Resilient, strong, and determined.
Here Gusion wanted to go for Lord, but all the enemies were alive, so we just decided to bait. And Farsa just walked casually into the spot, so she died without even realizing it. And this is what I was talking about earlier. If the enemies catch me with their CC, I'd be easy to kill if I went for a full burst build. That's why my build in this game is just right, so I'm not easy to kill and I can use my first skill for the shield. Because if I were too squishy, I wouldn't even get the chance to use my first skill for the shield since I'd die right away. We also got Lord this time and we were able to push the bottom lane inhibitor turret. I saw an opportunity to push the mid lane turret as well, so I went for it to get ahead in the minion flow. It makes a huge difference, especially in the late game. Having mega minions gives you the advantage, and it's easier to end the game. I wanted to end the game here, but I didn't think we could, so I just pushed the top lane inhibitor turret instead. That's my favorite thing to do in situations like this. Push all the inhibitor turrets whenever I see an opportunity, because base locking is risky when you don't have much damage and the enemies are still alive. I just laughed at what happened to Gusion here, but it seems Farsa got a bit too aggressive after that. So I just chased her down to make sure she couldn't get back to base, and the enemies had no map awareness. I told you, when the enemy base is exposed and all lanes have mega minions, it's super easy to finish the game. And you can see the effect of my earlier push on the inhibitor turrets. Some players are just too lazy to push turrets and always go for kills, which is why they don't win. In the last game of this video, I used him as a roamer, and I went full burst build here considering the enemy lineup. Our jungler is utility, so it's fine for me to go for a damage build. Otherwise, I might have gone for a sustain build. Paquito works fine as a roamer if you know what you're doing. At this point, if we're just talking about solo ranked games, any hero can be a roamer as long as you know how to play the hero you picked. The problem is, I don't know much about Paquito, and I only know one combo. It's easy to burst squishy heroes and easy to reach them, especially if they don't have any dodge, dash, or blink skills to get away. You can close the distance quickly, just by using your second skill. But it's different if a tank blocks your second skill. That's what you need to avoid if you want to go for the backlines. You can easily give vision to your teammates without dying because it's also hard to catch Pakito thanks to his second skill. That's why the enemies still can't kill me here, since I'm good at escaping. After double second skill, I've seen some Pakito videos where they use the ultimate first before the first skill. Honestly, I don't get why they do that. It doesn't feel right even though I don't usually play Pakito. You want to hit all your skills on the target as much as possible. So why not use the first skill first before the ultimate so you get a shield and deal damage to the enemy, instead of just punching the air after using your ult before the first skill. Pakito has many combos, which is why he's complicated to learn. I usually just stick to one combo because I'm still practicing, and I want to make sure it's perfect before I try another combo. This way, I can use them in different situations. So far, I know 2 combos. The one I usually use in this video, which is good if you're on a burst build and the enemy is alone, and you don't need to rely on your teammates' damage because your own damage is enough. The other combo is, instead of double second skill, use double third skill. This is good if you want CC, can hit multiple enemies, and it's hard to burst them, so you need to rely on your teammates' damage.
Victory!